Macackins. Where's the script here? Let me see that. Oh my gosh. Good evening. Good evening. This is my first Silver Spur event. I've been a veteran of the old Golden Boots, but I guess we need Silver Spurs to go on our Golden Boots. So I know it's a tired line. Anyway, I'm here tonight to present the Silver Spurs to a, first of all, a wonderful guy. His name is Peter Brown. Clap for him. Now, we've been friends for many years. Peter, I asked Peter tonight, I said, when was it that we first met? And we both sort of glazed over. And I think it was here at the Golden Boots, but about 2001, I spent probably the longest time with Peter at the Festival of the West, a wonderful event put on by Mary Brown down here in Phoenix, Arizona. If you haven't been there, I highly recommend it. Peter and I both appeared there, and during the lull in picture taking and autograph signing, we got to know each other pretty well. In fact, I think Peter kind of owes me, because this pretty redhead showed up, and she came to see me. She was a big fan of the Scarecrow and Mrs. King and Babylon 5 and the Macackins. And she was from Germany. And she had a lovely, lovely German accent. And she stood by the table looking at me lovingly and with awe. And then when I kind of leaned back, I realized she was looking at Peter Brown sitting next to me. Anyway, it was there at the Festival of the West that these two met each other, and I'm very happy to say they're sitting right in front of us right now. And that's at least 6 years ago, right? We've had many other great events in Tombstone, Arizona, the Tombstone Film Festival, where we sat out one night, Peter, and drank a bottle of wine, and I think something else too, and everybody else went off to the dance, and you and I sat and philosophized, if that's a word, philosophized, about life and the business and everything there in the Arizona moonlight. And no, it wasn't Brokeback Mountain or anything like that. Anyway, Peter Brown, hero of mine, from a show called, oh my God, from a show called The Lawman and Laredo and, my God, Darby's Range, so many, many more great films. But those two specific Western series I remember very vividly. They were at Warner Brothers, and what was it, Deputy Johnny McKay, wasn't it? John McKay? Yes. And Peter was like this handsome dude, you know, he could ride, he could shoot, he was just the all-around stud, and many of us aspired to be just like him, and to this day I still aspire to be just like him. So he's a stud to me. But anyway, let's this is going wrong. Whew. Get me out of this. Let's go to the clips and let's see this stud in action. All right? Take it away, the clip.
Starring John Russell as Marshal Dan Troop. And Peter Brown as Deputy Johnny McKay. Produced by Warner Brothers.
You looking for the man that killed Davy?
Yeah.
Troop. I shot him. I said I shot Davy.
Did he, Troop?
Yeah.
This is my honor to award you the Silver Spurs. If you come on up here. All right. Look at this, huh? Here you go, brother.
Thank you, partner. Son of a gun. Look at that. Good evening. And it is a good evening. There's that redhead he was talking about right down there. You know, I've heard some people say that miracles never happen. Well, figure this one out, if you would. I was born in Manhattan, smack dab in the middle of New York City. Can you figure that? I grew up listening to the Lone Ranger and Roy Rogers on the radio, sneaking quarters from my mom to go to Saturday matinees and see them all over again, along with Hop Along and all the rest. And then somehow, through a quirk of nature or whatever, we wound up moving back a century to live on Slim Pickens Ranch up on the Sierra Nevada mountains here in California. And when I say we moved back a century, I mean just that. We had no running water, no electricity, no subways, no cabs, but we did have one horse. Slim left one horse behind. An old gray mare. Her name was Diamond. And my older brother Philip and I, we figured she was so old and so gray, we'd change her name. So we did that. We changed her name from Diamond to Dime. And we would double up on that old gray mare, and we'd ride her 2.5 miles into Coarsegold and leave her in the livery stable, well, livery barn, behind the only gas station in town, and then get on a school bus and go 76 miles each way every day to Sierra Union High. And I wouldn't miss a day. Of course, it helped if you had a girlfriend on the bus. Now, let me just give you a brief history, and I'm going to go to the lenses. I'm almost as old as Bruce Boxleitner, for God's sakes. Bruce, a special thank you tonight for being here and that lovely introduction. I learned my craft from my mother. I really did. She was an actress in New York City. I learned screen acting from John Russell. I learned loyalty and patience from the Silver Spur Committee. I learned humor from Casey Tibbs and Baxter Black. There was a couple of good ones. I learned fast draw from Marvo Ojala and Rod Redwing. Yeah. I learned honesty from Ben Johnson. Oh, yeah. I learned courage from Richard Farnsworth. I learned fair play from every stunt person I've ever known, and there's a bunch of good ones right here in this room tonight. I learned camaraderie from the Hole in the Wall gang, and there's some of them in here tonight, too, and I thank you for being here. I learned friendship from Chuck Courtney, Doug McClure, a whole bunch of guys, Alex Cord, Rex Harden, Bobby Hoy, Herb Jeffries, and tonight, once again, Bruce Boxleitner. I learned love from my family. And I must tell you that I am so proud to announce that my daughter, Christy, and my granddaughter, Stephanie, and my girlfriend are all sitting right here in front of me. I learned the cowboy way from all of you, and I must tell you I am very proud to be a cowboy, and I am most proud to receive this award tonight. And my mother told me once, son, if you're ever on stage and you run out of things to say, get the hell off. So I'm gone, and I thank you again. I appreciate it.